All right, so now we're gonna go into us versus UYU versus Rise. Um, and we got the main man Colin again. God, I didn't like, bro. I'm introing what we're watching, and two people from Rise are dead. So just to give you guys context, we had not scrimmed. I think we might have scrimmed Rise the very first week that we came back against their new roster, but we had not scrimmed Rise at all. So our only experience of playing them was the 2 Pro League matches and the like 1 or 2 times we matched up against them in the UMGs. So this series, like, all we have to go off of is what like we've scouted.
We have finally gotten loaded in to bunker. We have Rise. We have UYU. Map number 1. Things are going to go hot and heavy with a down already on the rushes.
Quick down on rush, easy. And then I don't know what Avexis was doing. Then we got it down on Fran too. Where's Fran down? That was on B. So you could tell we kind of hesitated for a second. Like we ran back up, but then we got the kill on Fran. So the respawns are really staggered, and it's the longest respawns of the round, which means like we should go. Like we should play for this. Now Icy's really hurt. He should be a free kill. This is a good play by Gil. Vic is holding his shots and just hitting people with fucking massive shots. 45-second round. And this is their map pick, so this is big for us. It's really important for us to start off swinging against a team like Rise too. They're a good team when they have momentum, but if you can take that momentum out from underneath them, I mean, we have people who've experienced firsthand the tilt. All right, kind of similar strats. We're not crossing this time. Vic is meeting Rush heads on. He hit him with a really hard shot, and then we had talked a lot about Rush or like about cutting to other fights instead of just chasing the 1v1 in front of you. And Vic did a really good job of it right there, cutting to another fight, making it a quick 2v1, getting the kill, and then rotating back. Like that kind of play is like what we were just another thing that we were doing so well this entire weekend that I was really proud to watch. Because it was something that we had actively talked about as a team. Our team's so scary, bro. The great thing about rounds like this too are they use respawns to still lose the round anyways. So now they're all on 4. I guess they didn't spawn up another time. If they had had another wave of respawns though, like on rounds like that, and you get to keep farming them off their spawn, it's actually like really good. Even if you don't have 3 capping, but you end up winning the round, like you can really hurt a team's respawn economy when they keep like fighting for their lives. We've actually like on some egotistical shit. Spirit Wolf, thank you for the follow, man. Talked about like maybe like letting them get touches on their homes so that they respawn, or like letting somebody get a kill or 2 if we have the lives to spare, so they respawn and then killing them again. But it's obviously like too big of a risk. It's more of like a joke when we talk about it. So here you can see they played a strat more like what we saw Hive doing, where they're playing very aggressive on B. They sent 3 people to B right off the rip. So because we have up top control, we can shoot down pretty easily. And then we can cut over to B nice and easy, clean up these kills. Vic's the best, so that helps. Vic's looking to OE here. This isn't a play where we really should OE. Him getting the break would be good, but you can see he retreats. I don't think he gets out of this. Yeah. But like that, because it's shorter respawns, it's round 3. That's why you didn't see other people committing. If he had like found a kill or something, then maybe you can play off of it, but it's still pretty risky. And we want to keep this momentum going. Like we've already smoked them. Like the first 2 rounds we won in under 2 minutes. So if we can kind of keep a good pace and like tilt them, then it's going to be really good for us. Like you can already see in how their shotgun fights are going that like their confidence level isn't fully there. Bunker was our worst map that we weren't banning going into this event. I know no one will believe me, but like Bunker and Asylum were our worst too. I just got back into playing Gears after so long. Have not played. I'm surprised I have improved like crazy. That's awesome, man. Yeah, they have up top control. We got to be careful about that. I'm pretty sure they get this round. Again, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you if you're coming in late and you missed any of the other matches, everything will be up on YouTube over the next week or so. So you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. They'll be on there. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Happy to answer them. Ash is doing these analysis just to share fake intel. Big brain. Imagine. No, I don't like. I filter some of the things I talk about. Like there's things when I'm watching this, there's things that I notice that I don't say. Or there's things for like us that I don't talk about. But that's because my priority is not, you know, the $2 that I'm gonna make from uploading it to YouTube. It's the you know, it's the success of the team. So even things like, even if I'm not talking about my team, but I'm saying things about like other teams, then I'm in theory helping them, if that makes sense. Like if I'm exposing flaws out loud about another team. So I try to be as transparent as possible while like keeping some things that like are useful for us under wraps. And realistically, sometimes it's not that deep. It's Gears of esports after all. Like there's a lot of times where it's just like you got to hit a shot. So I don't want to like gas myself up or gas anything up about these. It's really not that deep sometimes. Sometimes you just got to like play Gears. Vic has 13 kills in 3 rounds, by the way. All right, so they played for up top. You can see they're pushing across that kind of like overpass area. They're talking about the character switch. They played across up top, but didn't really do anything with it. And because of that hesitation, you can see Vic is just shitting on them in whatever that fight is. Now we're going to have free shots on B and be able to collapse on it very, like, pretty much for free. Billy does a really good job staying alive there. Really clean. Hey, you doing fine, mate? It's good content. I like the talks about how to improve the game mode and meta commentary. Of course, man. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, then where do you identify on the gender spectrum? I'm he, him. Kenny Dip didn't want any smoke, I guess. Right, Kenny would actually destroy you. How can I find a team to compete in Gears of War seen as an amateur? There's like the Discords and stuff like that. They're good places to find like other free agents and teams. My day was pretty good. Would you ever put he, him in your Twitter bio? No. As much as I understand and respect why people do that, I don't feel it's necessary for me. Contrary to popular belief, I feel like it's pretty straightforward about what gender I am and sexual orientation and all that fun stuff. So enjoy watching Comp Gears of War. Good. I don't think Gridiron should be in competitive until the game mode's fixed. It's not about you. Look, man, you made it about me. You're asking about my pronouns and shit.
Putting the pressure back on him. He's going to push up on a rush. He's on that back box. And now you see the 1v1 breakout between Praise.
Oh my god.
Rat shot for Praise.
When do you see when do you see Praise like do shots like that?
Another one. He goes back to back.
Is to make non-binary people feel comfortable doing it.
And
I like
himself ends up
I
back to back.
I feel like
Within about 3 seconds have died off the map.
they should just be comfortable doing it. Like
But it will not help.
it's one of those things where it's like,
They're going to have a 3-1
who gives a fuck?
into the second half.
You know what I mean? Like why? I mean, like, I have to be very careful about how I word this because I'm not going to say anything bad, but you know how the internet is. I feel like me doing it waters down non-binary people doing it. I don't look at it as an act of solidarity, but this is like outside of the scope of Gears, so shouldn't be the talking point since I'm going to be putting this on YouTube. I heard between rounds you keep the team hyped with Nickelback songs. True or no? Yes, actually, we only do my acoustic covers. It's why I have the guitar on the wall. My favorite is Photograph. I've changed the lyrics to be look at this photograph of us winning this championship. But so the drop shot comes down for Rise. And this is the first round of the half, so longest respawns, which is important to pay attention to. Also, neither team is capping their home hill. Important to pay attention to. The difference is you've got number 7 Fran actually played the top of his B building, so he picked up Ensign, didn't cap his home hill, and then was useless. So that's why he is like nowhere near this fight. It's why we get drop shot. Yeah, you think I play these guitars like anything other than Nickelback? No, they're 100% for my Nickelback cover band whenever I start one. I remember we were like trying to find him, trying to figure out where he was. That was a questionable instant throw, though. Were you surprised when PK put a Markset down on Bunker? No. A lot of teams put a Markset down because it evolves into a torque bow. Like, that's something that we've just seen a lot before. We're comfortable with. That was really bad. That guy was able to flank through mid-map, and then because of that, Billy dies with the drop shot, which Billy could have also not been where he was with the drop shot. Like, he got himself full red getting out, but we needed somebody to be watching that mid lane, and we didn't have anyone there. Partially because of the distraction Fran was causing, and then partially because people aren't pressing LB coming off spawn. It's actually like kind of the meta to put a Markset down on Bunker and then evolve it into torque bow or force the center line placement. This is so funny because Gil throws this stun and then Vic just goes without saying anything. Which, like, that's the kind of stuff that you can't plan for or prep. It's just like you have a confident ass player who's got like 22 kills in 4 rounds. Okay, he's averaging 5 kills a round against some of the best players in the world. Also, right here is the fight where Praise actually lags out mid-fight. Like, he's in underpass right now, goes, guys, I'm lagging, and then disconnects from our team speak. But they didn't know. So right here, they're still spawning up. They're still running at the fight. They have a point lead still. We're still going to war. And you can see Erodi is on 0%. Like, he can respawn, and he's not. And they're not respawning. Like, they're going to start holding their spawns now. Those last 3 who just died. They actually could respawn here and win this round. because Erodi's disconnected, but they don't know that he's disconnected. So they're chalking around because they're just assuming he's holding his spawn because, you know, he doesn't need to. And it would be dumb for them to respawn into a 5v5.
I mean, this is like, where's WWE with a Be a Star campaign? Stop bullying out here. I mean, that is a lot of lives invested.
And then we have the long period of downtime where Erodi lags out, and then we have to reset the map, get everybody's respawns the same, weapon placements the same, and now we're back. But shout out to Rise for being sportsmanlike for all of that. Which, I mean, it's, you know, the admins were there too, but it's expected. But it's actually part of the rules. But, you know, it didn't cause any issues or anything. It was a nice and smooth thing to do. Solars was better with Friend. Yeah, I'm shocked that they didn't keep Solars. I think he would have fit really well into this roster. Us spawning here is kind of questionable. I mean, we have the respawns to spawn again, but it's like 100% not necessary. Good news is Rise is kind of shaky right now, so like we do manage to like get our home hill back, get a kill, but we're down 70 points. They have drop in 2 hills. Bowlers for who? I don't know. If it was me in charge of that team, I'd probably say no, not a Vexies. I'd probably say I'd probably say Rush or Inzim. I don't know. I mean, like, I'm not familiar enough with that team. I'm honestly not. Like, maybe there could be like, I don't know. I honestly don't know. Wouldn't be my decision to make, but I think Solars would make that team better. Like, I've worked with Brian. I know Brian. He's a tremendous player. He was really good with them on quarantine. I think it was a mistake letting him go. But teams' rosters are their own business. And me saying something like that is just going to get a bunch of people butthurt. Actually, fuck it. I don't care. I would have replaced Rush or Inzim for Brian. This is a good play by Inzim, by the way. This is that rat thing that I was talking about against Hive. Like, now he's going to our home hill. He's going to get the break. He's going to draw attention to himself, and it splits our attention. So this is a good play by Inzim. We still made this round scary for them, though. That's like, honestly, we lost this round and we're talking about that. We're talking about how we still made the round scary for them. Like, we're laughing, which is like when I'm pretty confident that we're going to win the map regardless. By the way, guys, we're going to be doing a team Q&A on the UYU YouTube channel. So if you have any questions you want to ask any of the players on the team, you can go to my Twitter, find the tweet, reply using the hashtag UYU Gears, and we'll try to include as many as we can into that video and answer your guys' questions. So keep an eye out for that. So you can see, like, even right here, we put the marks it down. Like, that just, you know, next round, if that either goes to them blocking it by putting a torque bow center line or us getting a torque bow on our side of the map. So PK doing it didn't really mean much to us or was not a surprise to us. God, Vic is so good. So Kenny shot and wasted both drops, but it's like he did it to like make sure that it's like out of play completely. And he honestly probably could have gotten a kill with one of those. So now we're in a good position. We have 2 hills. We don't have a drop, but we have 2 hills. And we have enough experience now to know what our setup should look like. And Gil has a Marxa, which you guys know how Gil gets with a Marxa. Yeah, PR right now is talking about how we didn't press forward for an OE because it's the 3rd round of the second half, which means the respawns are pretty quick. So OEing there is like a super high risk. Yeah, I think it was Noble that did Hammer Burst into the Claw. I still don't think it's a good placement. I think it's kind of a waste, but I mean, like, the weapon is good, but it's like very situational. Torque bow is a torque bow, you know. Torque bow should be a power weapon only, not a side weapon thing. Who would win in the hand-to-hand combat, me or you? Fight to the death? I have no idea. I've never been in a fight in my life, and I have 0 plans to be in any, so we'll just say you. Their pushes aren't like together. They're making like very individual pushes, which is why none of these are working. These are super easy to shut down. Fran's being a rat here. Vic gets shit on too. That's so unfortunate, but we went off 1 hill at this point. Fran wasted some time there with that cutback. So they're going to get dropped, but we're at a situation where it doesn't really matter, because if you watch us come off spawn, look at number 1, Billy or Vic, he's going to E. And if you look at number 4, he hopped out of our B building and is going to their home hill. So even if they won this fight, got in the hill, got a break, we're going to have their home and we're going to have E hill. So that round was won. As soon as Gilbert got past their line, I knew it was won, and Vic got past. So like, I literally could care less. Like, they're not going to get across the map to both of those hills and then also hold our home hill off spawn against 3 people. There's no way. It's just not possible. What do you think about putting a boom opposite of drop shot in some maps for teams that can't win the drop fight? Yes, the weapon isn't as good, but to me, yeah, I mean, we've seen it happen. In the Pro League, Payne did that against us on District. We put a drop down in what we call crack, where like the E hill is, and they put a boom shot down on the like B hill side to kind of counter that placement. Go back a little bit. Do you think Solars will stay on Hive? Unless he gets an offer from like Rise, I think he will. Because I don't really see him playing for. I mean, he could go to Noble depending on what happens there. He would actually probably fit really well on Noble, honestly. Oh my god. Oh my god, Kenny. Kenny's so good. Is he still on my stream? I hope he's not. I don't want him to hear me gassing him up that much, but Kenny's actually so fucking good. That cutback was ass. I don't think teams are afraid to fight us on drops. I think there's just some teams that are good at some drop fights and others that aren't. Oh yeah, look, this is same thing. Watch. Kenny 1v2s them on our home hill right here. Rob, thank you for the follow. It depends on how you measure skill. I measure skill based on not only mechanics, but like decision making. And in terms of like decision making, Kenny has some of the best. How you doing, Rob? And then he's obviously like one of the best drop players in the game. This is such a hard retake. We needed somebody to threaten this while somebody else got in the hill, honestly.
And the reason why this is such a potent strategy, the reason why you need to get that back hallway in this certain scenario is to take note what I said before. Rise had control of that overlook, so there's really no position towards that middle that they can be safe. But look, they turn things on their side with the flip of a switch, already having two hills in their control. And because
Yeah, I don't know how we got out of that. And then now Vic's in a bad spot where he's on his last down.
they will
Poor
come down
guy.
to
He's getting shot in the foot by a Vexies. Yeah, right here. Kenny. One, two. Bink, bink. Dead.
wow, Kenny with another double kill. Kenny still putting on a highlight reel performance, secures the home hill of UYU for themselves. They're threatening the triple cap domination. A couple of members of Rise are in the B hill.
So explosive, we didn't like point it out, but he snuck from like their god spot, and rather than fighting that fight on B, he snuck to their home hill. As soon as Kenny called that there was like they were OEing, that means their home hill was wide open. To kind of like that's that rat play we were talking about on bunker, twice actually. So it was a really good play.
If they were to shut them down here in training grounds, but I don't know if Rise is going to let that happen. I believe they're going to go a couple of rounds like we said earlier and maybe place that drop shot out and try to give them a headache, try to give them a big
I appreciate y'all tuning in. If you're enjoying this stream, make sure to follow. If you want to help support, you can sub up. We're going to be streaming consistently again. I think we're on 3 days in a row, 4 days in the last week.
Like it was gonna be crazy. I was ready for it. I was ready for this bloodbath action, kind of looking like a Royal Rumble with this many players on the map going.
We are when we want to be, Excision.
Overhead map and UYU throwing something different the second consecutive round. Instead of playing for that neutral hill, instead of playing for the positioning, they go ahead and play for that U side of the map. And
I think the biggest flaw with LATAM teams is they don't have multiple paces that they can play well at. Good kill by Rush. I don't know what Gil was doing. Yeah, well, I mean, that goes without saying. I'm pretty sure we flipped the map here, by the way. Which not a lot of teams were doing going into this event practice or even in the tournament. Not a lot of teams were flipping the map. Like a lot of teams are going back and trying to get their home hill, and we're like, fuck it, we'll go for theirs. The problem is when we did it right here, we were way too slow. We like television Fox News broadcasted this shit. So now they've had the chance to rotate their numbers back, which makes it a bad play. If we did it like quickly enough, then this would have been a really good play. But because it took so long, we kind of looked dumb. Let's go, Billy. Billy Goat Baby.
Things are in Rise's favor. They get the elimination domination, but my God, that was amazing. Hey, he might have gotten embarrassed there, but I'd be okay with that if I get that round victory and make sure you take off a couple of those respawns on the side of UYU, but things are going to get right back up to 4s and 3s. But that goes to show how slow this game actually is because either team wanting to make this a war.
I love UYU so much that I would never miss a stream of yours unless it's an emergency, but otherwise I'll be watching your stream. Always love you and much love to the whole YU team. Reaper, that means a lot, man. Thank you. You know what? You know what we're going to do? We're going to hook you up, man. We're going to hook you up. I'm hoping I'm spelling this right. Is it Reaper Skull 99? Can anyone confirm in chat? REAPERSKULL. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Thank you, Zick.
I do think it's going to slow down just a little bit. You see UYU not pressing.
We got to make you official, man. We got to make you part of the Ashes Army. I know, right? Fuck me. I thought that too as I was doing it. Let's get some hype and some love in the chat for Reaper.
There's going to be so much kill potential on an initial for Rise, and that's something we haven't really seen on this map so far. So Rise, we talked about tricks up their sleeve. They're already pulling out one. I told you that.
Fucking troll Dill. Yeah, that was a questionable push right there. Wait, Zick, how do you have the emotes? It doesn't say that you're a sub. What's up, Poopy Toad? Yeah, see, I don't gift subs that often, so fucking I use the Twitch points to unlock a random. Oh, that's sick, actually. You learn something new every day, right, Kigor? Appreciate that for letting me know, though. All right, so now we're in a position this round where, like, I'm actually shocked that they're still spawning into this round, being that we're up nearly 100 points. It's all good, Reaper. Appreciate you supporting, man. Really do. Now we have a new drop. Like, them sub... Oh my god, Ice, you gotta hit those. And then Praise just stand still. That's what you were talking about, right, Moons? Rush trying to up A shit. Rody just standing there waiting for it and getting the kill. We're back up to 28 subs, man. In 4 days. This shit's unreal. You guys are amazing. Praise makes teams mad. Bro, it's so funny when he gets kills like that too, because he's got that loud, like, iconic but fucking obnoxious laugh, and he's got that New York hood accent, and he's like, he'll say something like his right stick is mad dusty. It's amazing. You give me a sub for leaving me in that match earlier. Oh shit, he's calling you out, Serve. Everyone wants to slide. Yeah, Gears 5 is like a hot girl's DMs on Instagram. Everyone wants to slide. Damn, look at Vic flanking off the rip like a fucking man. No fear. So we got 2 kills. We have a 5v3 on the map. They just spawned now. We're taking a little bit too long to clean up these kills. Do we have drop? No. So it's going to be kind of like an extended initial. Oh, that could have been a big kill if Gil got that. Look at Kenny going for that revive, and then Ice leaving the fight to go fight the flank, and that's why Gil gets the kill. So Inzim went for the drop, which is actually not a bad play, grabbing the drop there while the other player's keeping the guy distracted. So now we've got the point lead, we've got 2 hills, but they do have drop. So what drop is going to influence right here, it's going to allow them to make a much easier retake. The Vexies got down by the guy are like sitting in winch. Problem is Inzim just like wasted a drop. Like it wasn't even close. And I think he has one more. but you know, it's I feel like they haven't been able to do much with it because he wasted the first one. Oh my god, Gil's scary. And then Gil kills him. That's drop dead. So he used one drop. He got no drop kills. He wasted the first one. That's pretty much like our rule is don't shoot it unless it's active. What's up, Angry FPS? How are you, buddy? Do I like Gears? Yeah. I mean, it's a love-hate relationship. It's like being in an abusive relationship. Like, I love it. There's a special part of my heart dedicated to it, but you know, so I put up with the bullshit. Why doesn't Rush grab it anymore? I think it's just situational, like whoever's there. I think they still prioritize giving it to Rush, but I don't know why Inzim held onto it there. The Rush is off the map completely. That was a fucking crazy kill from Billy. Yes, it is Angry FPS. It's slowly getting better without Mr. Node. And we're at a point where we went off one anyways. It's kind of risky in situations like this to play to win off one. Something I didn't like about how we played this round is we played very scattered. Like, we have a permanent 5v4 on the map, and we're still playing, like, making a bunch of individual plays. Like we don't have the point lead, and we don't have the man lead. And I hated that we played this round like that because it got really scary for absolutely zero reason. Like, look at, like, where Explosive is playing. Like, he's playing very up with no help until right now. And then we had somebody play towards B, and now we have somebody running towards mid map going to their home, which is actually a good play. But like, why didn't we do that earlier? Like, things like that. It ends up working out because Rise was really bad, but it shouldn't have worked out. You know what I mean? Like, if Rise wasn't so flustered at this point, they probably could have won that round pretty easily, even it being a 4v5, because they had dropped. Like, we just weren't playing it well. I don't either, Excisions. I don't either. I don't get how many teams stroke drop. Yeah, so this one, I knew that they would been practicing Incense on this map in this position again instead of a shock. But this frag grenade thing, this is not it, by the way. Like, look, all the frag means is that we have to play forward and we have to change where our shot goes. So we trap two people in and then push forward instead of like staying on our side. And now there's no shock pressuring us. And the frag is easy to dodge and they're all dead. Like, I don't know who thought they were masterminding it, but that frag grenade was not the play. What's up, Dezo? How are you, buddy? 22-time champ. Someone needs to stop you guys at this point. I know. I have more championships, or me, Billy, and Gil have more championships than most people have years on this earth in the Gears community. Dezo, how you doing, man? I've been seeing you guys on your stream grind. I'm proud of you guys. Content season over at the PK house, huh? What are your thoughts on the new tuning? I like it a lot, other than the L triggers. I don't like the L triggers. Hey, Vic with the big host. Thank you so much, Vic. Welcome everybody from Vic's stream. We're rewatching the season finals. So you're coming in a little bit late. I'm happy for you guys, man. I really am. Thank you for the follow, TTV Nasher. So what's the plan when you guys play against people like Precision and guys like Detox and Super Slayers, etc.? What's the plan? Honestly, like, it's more of like an overall like overarching kind of meta thing. Like as long as you control the pace against players like that, then players like that really don't have the time to shine. You know what I mean? I don't know, Dezo. You got some big shoes to fill, man. You got to fill. Crack has been playing really well with you guys. I'm excited to see you back, though, brother. I really am. You know, I respect you a hell of a lot. Yannick Sells, Accent Brian, and 57 OG. Thank you for the follows, guys. Appreciate you. Crazy nice at what? All right, bro. What happened to left trigger? It's just super strong. Left LTs are super strong right now. So Rise played super aggressive on the back of you and on the other side, like across up top. We just had really good crosses here to kind of save us. I don't know what team Crack's joining. Everyone knows their place. Give Kenny the drop. All right, so Kenny's got dropped. So like the only problem is Kenny puts himself in a little bit of a bad spot here. Because the guy in host pocket can Lancer him, he's really lucky he didn't get downed. Insanely lucky. I would have rather seen him playing like back, so when they made their push, like maybe like in this like box area up here or even further back. That way when they make that push, it's easy drops. So you know, All Prize, thank you for the follow. They did like a 3-2 split push, by the way. Because we had drop, it's actually a smart play. When the other team has drop and you know exactly where drop is, you can push some people on that side to force the drop to stay, and then some people on the other side so that you're not all running suiciding into a drop shot. But so do you just let Powers do? I don't know what you just said. Play S&D with your boy in Call of Duty Legend Joey Nubsy. Maybe. How were the wings? Fire. They were fire. Thank you for asking. Dezo just confirmed Crack on him. PK. We knew that. Crack was just signing up for one event while Dezo was in timeout. But Dezo's back. The drop honestly wasn't bad. Like it wasn't a kill, right? But it wasn't bad. I will sub to you if you come play. That's crazy. You're not subbed to me to begin with, honestly. I thought we were boys. All good though. You won't DJ my wedding. You won't sub to me. That's crazy. Look at that. So like right there, like that's again, we keep talking about the rat plays, guys. Like instead of staying and fighting that fight on their home hill, knowing that they're going to be coming off spawn, he literally just leaves the fight and goes to their home. Like that's such an annoying play. Like look, watch this again, right? Because it's two of them. It's I think it's Vic and Billy, right? Vic and number 6, Billy. Yeah. So they get this kill. There's Icy over here. They know they're getting pinched. They get the kill on Icy. Fuck it. I'm out. I'm out. Fuck it. Don't need that hill anymore. Our team's fighting for our hill, so we don't need touches. E's wide open because our team is fighting on our hill. Brand gets a good kill. Amazing game sense. Literally amazing game sense. The Real Spiders, thank you for the follow. I like how he was like, it looks like Praise is not going to respond into this round. Yeah, right, brother. We're closing that shit right now. So the shock is good, keeping them off the hill. Now we're on E hill too. Like those are the little things. Like who is it that went number 9? So watch number 9 off. Number 9 off spawn. So like he hesitates, watches that. The fight's over, so he cuts back towards mid. It's who? Gil? Gil's being such a rat. So Gil has options here, right? Like Gil could either sit here. He's watching these two people are going to OE because we know that's what their play is. He could either run to their home hill, but it's It's round 7, so the respawns are a little bit shorter. Like they're on the short side, right? Um, or he could just go to E. So runs around, back around behind middle map. These kids have to go to our home hill, right? Like they're pinching our home hill. Nobody's paying attention to middle map. These guys are coming off spawn going, trying to get to our home hill. So they're going to leave the last person off spawn to go there. And there's Gil. You telling them to play different. You guys are great majors in Pro League. Like you don't try. No, honestly, we just been shitting the bed for a while. Why do they do those sneak plays so much? I know Rush Clutch. You have to. You just have to in this game. That's how this game works. And it's a smart thing to do. Like, that's one of the benefits of having, like, it be 5v5. Hope they bring back Gears 4 escalation for rank. They need to. If they want escalation to be in ranked, it has to be a version of 1.0. I was saying, I offered the idea of what if escalation had unlimited respawns, but every time you died, the respawn timer got longer. So you've got that same, you have to start playing for your life mentality. And it resets every round, obviously. But you can still respawn as many times as you need to. So it like kind of balances the best of both worlds.
Going up against the 200% UYU. Look, we can go back and say that Rise lost this. We can talk about the mistakes they made. We can talk about the over-aggression early on bunker. And
This play was like actually dirty.
I have to say this. This is not about Rise losing. This is not a bad Rise team. They are still the #1 seed in the North American region. They played their hearts out.
Who hasn't been together that long?
Utterly to me about UYU playing the best I've ever physically seen them play. I mean, like, I know they just won the last major, and I know they had some struggles, and we talked about those blemishes, but this is a completely.
Oh no, Vexy's played his role so well, but dropped the ball a bit in the majors. But so did Ice and Rush. Fran clutched up so many times.
Don't incur this much fear in other humans as
What do you think Rise will do to compete again against you guys in PK? I think Rise isn't a bad team. I think they just didn't show up this major.